Welcome back everyone to the video, and first off, I apologize for this video coming out so late. Usually my pick videos are on Wednesdays, so that way you guys kind of a full day to kind of sit with them if you want to copy some of these. If not, that's fine too. But I try and have it at least a day before the Thursday night game comes out, and instead it's going to be out about 10 minutes before the game kicks off. So that's my fault. I apologize for that. Yesterday though, we did upload, or at least I uploaded a video for you guys going over a bunch of wide receiver rankings so far for this season. So if you want to check those out, go check that video out. Basically, a lot of rankings there, probably about, I would say, 50 total players ranked at least. So a lot of that. Before the picks, we're gonna get right into it. Starting with the game kicking off in like 20 minutes is the Bengals and the Ravens. I'm picking the Ravens here. The Bengals are definitely hot. This first game was very competitive, very high scoring. I think this one will be more of the same, to be honest. I got to go Ravens, though. I can't pick against how good the Ravens have played. Even as, you know, Bengals been great. They really have, but I don't know. I don't love it. They are now putting in, Khalil Herbert, kind of finding his way now in that backfield and all. And sure, it's probably not that difficult for a running back to get used to a new system as it would be like a new quarterback or something, obviously. But still, the Bengals still have some things to figure out and some things to work through. And this is primetime football in Baltimore against a huge divisional opponent. I got to pick the Ravens. Like the Bengals, but I got to pick the Ravens. Next is the Giants, the Panthers. I'm picking the Panthers. I am ready to be hurt and disappointed again. We are picking them. Germany, 9:30 a.m. on Sunday. I'm so excited for this to look terrible and blow up in my face like it always does. But I'm picking the Panthers. Love what I saw from Bryce Young. It's one game, obviously. Like, I'm not going to say he's great now or anything, but he did look very good, and I'm happy for him. I hope he builds off of it. But also, the Giants are just so bad. I can't pick the Giants. I can't pick the Panthers usually either, but I gotta go with the team that I feel more comfortable with. Yes, they're my favorite. I assure you, it will take you probably less than 2 minutes to check my channel and find plenty of videos of me criticizing this team. So I get it. I'm biased, whatever. I promise you, if anybody hates this team, it is me, even though I'm a fan of them. They frustrate me just as much as it frustrates anybody else having to watch them. I think this game will suck. I would not even tune into this if I was not a Giants or Panthers fan. And honestly, if you're a Giants or Panthers fan, I wouldn't be surprised if you aren't tuning into this. But I'm picking the Panthers. Patriots and Bears, I'm going to pick the Bears. Just a better team here. Patriots, could they upset them? Yeah, they could. I love what I've seen from Drake May, but Bears defense is pretty solid. Their offense is a bit disappointing, but the Patriots offense is even worse. So I can't really pick that right now. I'm going with the Bears. Colts and Bills, picking the Bills. Not very confident in the Colts at all. Richardson, I already kind of went over that in my last week pick video. Stupid decision to bench him. Flacco didn't look any better, honestly. The defense or the offense looked pretty much no different, if not worse, last week. And the Bills are a great team. So yeah, picking the Bills there. Vikings and Jaguars, picking the Vikings. Vikings are a great team. Jaguars aren't. That's what it comes down to. Vikings defense, I think, will really get to Lawrence, make him throw the ball more than he would probably like to, because I assume they're going to be down in this game, so they'll pass the ball a lot. The Vikings defense is great against the pass, so I'm picking the Vikings there. Chiefs and Broncos, I'm picking the Chiefs. Yeah, big divisional game. Broncos' record is pretty good, but I'm not falling for that. Nothing against them other than Super Bowl 50, but I just don't like this team. I think the record is a little deceiving. They are very inconsistent at times, and yes, they've got some very gutsy wins, and I do give them a lot of credit for that, but they're not marching into Arrowhead and winning this game. I just can't see it happening, so I'm picking the Chiefs there. Falcons and Saints. I'm picking the Falcons. Saints are absolutely terrible, and the Falcons are not. Again, sounds kind of stupid to say it that way, but I just don't see this happening. Yeah, the Saints sometimes beat the Falcons when they have that home field advantage, but this is a bad year. I mean, it's a bad year for the Saints. Lot of injuries, a ton of injuries. I cannot pick a team that's that banged up at all, so I'm picking the Falcons. 49ers and Buccaneers. I'm picking the 49ers. Now, I was going to pick the Buccaneers here, but 49ers are getting Christian McCaffrey back. Very excited for it. It's a whole different team when he's back. Yeah, you're out Brandon Ayuk for the year, but you still got Debo, you still have Kittle, you still have Purdy. Put CMC back in the mix now. It's still going to be a very good offense, very good team, tough to stop. I am picking them to beat Baker, but I do think that game will be very competitive. As for the Steelers and the Commanders, I think this will also be very competitive, but I'm going to pick the Commanders. They've been great really all year. Steelers have looked very solid as well. This is a huge game for both teams because in their respective divisions, there isn't really much of a gap between them and the team right behind them, just a game or two. So both teams really need this win, especially as we're approaching the second half of the season now. I love the Commanders' offense. I think it's just so tough to stop. Jalen Daniels is so dynamic. I'm excited to see what Tomlin prepares, though. He's a great coach. I'm excited to see this matchup. But I do think Commanders are the better team, to be honest. So I'm picking the Commanders. Titans and Chargers. I'm picking the Chargers here. Titans are just not very good. I like the Chargers offense. I think it's really come together the past few weeks. Just got better and better and better. The Titans just have not had a whole lot going for them this year. So I am going to be picking the Chargers there. Jets and the Cardinals. So I'm going to pick the Cardinals. The Jets won last week. They looked much better. I'm not falling for it. I am really going to base this off of what we've seen this entire season. Now, I'm not saying the Jets can't improve as the year goes on now that Adams is back in the mix and they can kind of, feel things out from there. But I'm not blown away by the Jets at all. Great win Thursday night against the Texans, but I'm just not sold in this team. The Cardinals have got some very good wins this year, very sneaky wins. They've been competitive in games they've lost to. So I do like the Cardinals a lot. I think they'll win this. I need to see more than just that one game to get back on the Jets bandwagon and pick this team some more. Love the offense as far as Rodgers, Brees, Garrett Wilson, Adams, if they can play like they have, for the last week. But if it goes back to what it was before, that's not a team I'm willing to bet to win a lot more games this year. So I'm picking the Cardinals. But I do hope the Jets can turn around and make this year pretty exciting. Eagles and Cowboys, definitely Eagles. Dak Prescott on IR. Brutal hit to the Cowboys, who've already had a ton of injuries on the defensive side of the ball this year. Now CeeDee Lamb is banged up. It's a bad time to be a Cowboys fan. It sucks. I'm picking the Eagles. Very depleted Cowboys team. This is a must-win for the Eagles. Not going to get much easier against the Cowboys for, at least for the future, than right now. Because that's a very injured team that has not played very well this year. Picking the Eagles there. Lions and Texans. Man, I am excited for this game. So this is Sunday Night Football in Houston. Texans have looked very shaky at times the past few weeks, especially Stroud. He's now down, Nico Collins and Stephon Diggs. You still have Tank Dell in there, and this team is still good. I mean, it can't be, I don't want to become this, now they're not good because these receivers are out. The Texans are a great football team. They really are. Are those huge hits to the offense? Absolutely. But this is still a very good football team. They have very good defense. The Lions defense is very good as well. So I'm interested to see how this matches up. I'm going to pick the Lions. I like their offense more. That's what it comes down to for me this game because the Texans are banged up on offense. They haven't looked as sharp as the Lions had the past few games offensively. I think both defenses are great. Don't love it, though, for this game. Got to go the Lions. Super dynamic offense. Love the Lions this year, like a lot of people do, to make it to the Super Bowl. Jared Goff's played great. Not betting against that. So I'm picking the Lions and the Texans. Also, speaking of betting, I wanted to say this before. For the Jets and Cardinals game, I would stay away from that. If I was putting money on anything, or if you guys are thinking about it, I would stay away from that game. That can go seriously either way, in my opinion. With like a lot of things up in the air, I would not do that. But yeah, I've been through that before. Anyway, the Rams and Dolphins. I'm going to pick the Rams. The Dolphins it's just not their year. It's just not. Early on they struggled, and then Tua goes down, and that was really, I think looking back on it, it was the nail in the coffin, even though it was that early on in the year. They just got so down in games with injuries on their record now in their division. It's quite the hole to try and climb out of this late in the year. I'm picking the Rams because they are still very alive in their division. They have guys coming back like Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, still coming back from their injuries, but they are back in the mix, of course. So I've got to go Rams. I think that's kind of what I'm most confident in, but Dolphins could upset it, but I'm just more confident in the Rams. That is going to do it, though, for my week picks. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to leave a like down below and subscribe. It is free and takes just 1 second as we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Let me know down below what your favorite team is and how they're doing this year, or what your week picks are for this week. I would say I'm most confident in the Chiefs game and the Vikings game and the Bills game. There are some games I think really could go either way. I think the Lions game could go either way. The Bengals and Ravens game kicking off in a minute here, I think can go either way. Same with the Panthers and Giants and the Buccaneers and 49ers. Those are all games that I would love to get right this week because I think they are quite the toss-up. But again, still very confident in some of these. Thank you guys for watching. I do really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.